Yo, what is up everyone? Back here with another video. So for today's video, we're going to be recording with a team made by Emilio Forbes. You guys probably know his name. He is obviously one of the best players in Pokemon history. Name precedes him. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be playing with a team that he ended up making and using at the North American International Championships and placing top 128. The reason why I picked this team in particular was because I thought the combination of Zacian and Miraidon was really interesting and not something we see too frequently. So, and I'm kind of looking for teams that obviously don't overlap too much from the previous entries, or at least like have some cool ideas in them. And, looking at the team, I saw a lot of cool stuff. Sash Whimsicott as well, being, very different with Protect. Chi-Yu with 3 fire moves, Flamethrower, obviously it's nothing too crazy, but it's still kind of a cool variation. And there are a couple of cool, EVs and, different ways that the team has been kind of, I guess, trained that makes it pretty interesting. So we're going to be going straight into it. We're just going to be getting some games in, and we'll see how it does. Okay, so we're at number 133 right now. Last session, bit rough. I do remember. We had a little bit of throwing in the final game. So we're going to try to not do that this time. Play it a little bit better. That'd be good. But yeah, I'm kind of looking, like, every time I feature, like, a different team or whatever, I'm trying to not be a little too redundant, obviously, on, like, what's being used, right? Because, if you're just kind of spamming the same team over and over and over again, right, it can get a little, or same pair, it can get a little much, right? So, I'm kind of being conscious of, kind of sharing a lot of different teams. And I think it's pretty cool, right? Obviously, it's really nice to be able to look at, a lot of different takes on teams in this format. Okay, so we're going to be against a Dialga and Ho-Oh, which isn't the most frequent thing ever. It's actually... It'd be scary if they got Trick Room up, so I could see them leading, like, Bonnet. The thing is if we take for a draft in the back, we'll at least have some counterplay to that. I think I'd like to take the Whimsicott, because then I could switch it in an Encore on turn 1. I think what we want to do, because we also have Taunt Pressure as well with Urshifu, so there's a lot of different ways we could shut down this Trick Room. I want to take Giraffe in the back so I could switch it into block Fake Out if need be. And I think I'm going to take Zacian, just because Zacian is obviously a really good Pokemon, right? The thing that we have to be careful with is not letting the Ursaluna get in for free. If it gets in for free, we're going to be in a bad spot, right? So it's going to be about managing that, not really allowing it to get too out of hand. If they lead Dialga and Bonnet, I'm not the most worried, because you can just Draco Taunt turn 1, right? And it's not, like, super scary. It's pretty doable to beat it. But yeah. We'll see what they do here. Okay. It's Dialga and Ho lead. I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. I definitely want to taunt into the Dialga here. I don't really want to let it set up. I'm gonna Draco here, just in case they're trying to bait out a electric move, and this Trick Room just kind of stops it. Also, Dialga and Ho-Oh are huge, by the way. They are giant Pokemon. Urshifu has some speed on it, so I'm assuming it's gonna go first. There's a chance the Ho-Oh has enough speed to outspeed us. I'm going under the assumption that they do not have that. I could have also doubled the Ho-Oh slot as well. Okay, what is this? Okay. If they Brave Bird, they're going to go down here. Taunt in the hand is literally inconsequential. It does nothing for us. Okay, Brave Bird. We can bring in Zacian here, because then we put on some pressure with, like, all of our attacks. I'm still a little bit concerned about Ursaluna coming in, so we have to be careful. Yeah, it's going to go down. So we trade 1 for 1 immediately. The question is whether Dialga has a defensive terror or not. We could bring in this and bait the Fake Out. I definitely want to switch here. I kind of want to play rough. I think play rough is just safe. Like, if you get it right, you just immediately call them out and they're in a bad spot. I could have also considered going for a Terrastellar Sacred into Dialga, but I think it's bulky enough where it won't kill. Although it is Zacian, it's still strong. But we get to reverse Trick Room this way, potentially. Okay, what's Terrestrializing? Maybe Dialga? Hands, okay. Okay, so it's Terra Grass on hands. Do they fake out is a question. I'm gonna assume no. Yeah, no. Holy, that did so much. So the thing is, they can double into us, into our giraffe, so we have to keep them honest here, I think. I kind of want to foul play. And... Sacred, actually. I could also just go for a Trick Room Sacred and make a hard read here. But I think foul play is better if I think I'm going to get Draco'd this turn and doubled. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Could have helping handed as well, but I think that's a little greedy. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. It really just comes down to what the Dialga thinks we're gonna do, because we can make a read here. There's a couple different plays we could make, actually. It's either Terra Fairy Gleam Protect or Draco Terra Fairy. If we think Ursa's not going to protect, but I think Ursa always protects is a thing. Which kind of makes me want to attack here, but if Dialga attacks into our Zacian, it'd be bad. But what this would do is it would open up a turn to protect if we need it. I kind of want to protect, because it forces EQ out next turn. Yeah. It's gonna be close. I think it comes down to just straight up like what they think we're gonna do. If they Flash Cannon and Headlong, we could die. Even if they Flash Cannon and don't Headlong, and then next turn they Earthquake, they could knock us out too. Okay, they do protect. So we could have attacked. Oh, they targeted Zacian. Okay, now we're in a very interesting position. Draco wouldn't have made a difference here. I think Gleam is the move I want to be locked into, because I get single target Gleam. How much did I do into Ursa? Ursa Lunar. Guts, Maridon. Modest Specs Terra Electric. Terra Fairy, Gleam. I mean, it doesn't really matter because I'll take Wicked anyways, but... Oh, it says we're not even close to killing. In that case, how many turns of Trick Room? 2. I think we are supposed to go for a double protect regardless. We do get it, okay. So we're playing to our odds, right? Yeah, the Earthquake. That makes sense. Yeah, it's not enough. We need a double protect. Oh, that's so annoying. If we had Sacred... No, because we made the right call protecting, though. Because if we hadn't protected, we would have lost anyways. Draco wouldn't have won there. Maybe if we Helping Hand Sacred Dialga, but then we leave Iron Hands on the board. I don't think that wins either. Maybe that turn we play roughly Behemoth Blade and make a read. Well. Nope. We tried. I think, like, it's tough, right? Because if we go for a... What could we have done differently in that game? So turn 1, they lead Ho-Oh, we lead Urshifu. We taunt and we go for Draco. The main alternative I think of immediately is I go for Surging and Draco into Ho-Oh. Knock out the Ho-Oh on the switch and make the read. And then go for a... like a taunt onto whatever and switch in for a draft. That probably would have actually instantly won us the game on the spot. I guess the only hard part is they just Trick Room. It's not great. Trick Room Brave Bird. Oh, but then we get in... I don't know, actually, because then we get in our fruit draft. So maybe that's something that could have been avoidable, even. Actually, now that I think about it. I don't know. It's kind of a little weird, but it could have definitely been winnable. Okay, so we're against Kalias Mirai. This kind of already gives me vibes. So, like, I think they're going to respect the Zacian on the lead, so I want to lead Miraidon, I think. I would even consider leading Chi-Yu, to be honest. It just depends, right? Because if they lead Instant Kalias and we lead Zacian, it's not great. If we do Miraidon and Kot, and in the back we take Furduraf and Zacian, it gives us flexibility into literally everything they can do. The only thing is Lando gets a little scary, but I don't think we can avoid everything, right? Because we still get Tailwind pressure. And leading Miraidon prevents us from burning up our Intrepid Sword immediately, so it's not like the worst. Okay, that's a pretty reasonable lead. I want to go for a Draco immediately and just switch in for a draft, to be honest with you. I think it's like a pretty reasonable turn 1 just to put on a lot of pressure. I could also go for Terra Fairy Gleam, switch in draft. But I think just switch Draco is like correct. You just punish it immediately. Like, if we get called out on it, we get called out on it, but I think it's, like, good to go for it. Because if they let us take the Lando immediately, it's, like, a huge threat for our team gone. And even if we get it wrong, I feel like there's ways we can still win the game. Because, like, worst case, they parting, but then we can Helping Hand Draco. I guess that won't kill the Kali, maybe. Let's see. Protect, okay. Okay, Draco goes in here, they protect. Warning Shot goes into that. Kali Ice is probably coming in. Now the question is do we Helping Hand Draco the Lando, or do we assume they have Terra Steel? Oh, they bring out their Miraidon. It's probably Terra Fairy Gleam here, but I think we just honestly just take the, like, let our guy go down. Go for Draco Meteor and Helping Hand. I think we just go for it. To be fair, if Gleam moves first, we're in big trouble. Oh, okay, they Terra Electric. They might be Scarf then, I guess. Okay. Oh my god, they're Calm Mind. That's not great. Interesting. Calm Mind, huh? I don't really want to risk switching in Zacian. I kind of want just helping hand this, or... I mean, you could Parabolic Charge to take away their healing move. Or, sorry, you could Psychic Noise to take away their Parabolic Charge. I kind of want to just damage the Miraidon. Because it puts it in Zacian range and we don't get hit by Parting Shot. That's actually quite a bit of damage. Okay. I don't hate this. Okay, Calyrex in. We haven't revealed Cot yet, or, well, I guess we did reveal Cot because we switched to turn 1, but we can make a cover play that guarantees we at least get some value out of this turn. Terra, Stellar, play Rough into Mirai, switch into Whimsicott so you get Encore if they protect. Bring in Ensign. If they go for switch Ensign, Trick Room, I think it's still playable because you pressure Encore and they have to respond to that. The only problem is my Miraidon won't have a defensive Terrestrialization. I think they might be hesitant to give up their Miraidon boost, though. Yep, that's what I thought. Now the question is, does this KO? It's Stellar boosted. I mean, we have to go for it, right? But it's Stellar boosted. Does it go down? Okay, it does go down. Nice. That's huge. So now we Behemoth Blade the Rex, and we Moonblast the Rex, and then we have Encore Pressure. So they have to Lance here. I guess yeah, we Moonblast here, and we Behemoth Blade here. I think you always keep them on us here. Because they have to protect, right? And if they don't protect, then that means you get Encore. They also might be worried. I wonder what they would target with Flare Blitz if they had it anyways. I guess like the worst case is they could throw out a Taunt, then go for a double Protect. But this should just put us in a fine position regardless. They have Fake Out, obviously, so they could also Fake Out Lance. But I don't think Fake Out Lance wins in the beginning. Okay, they Fake Out Caught, so they're assuming that we're not... I think they're going for their only out here. Actually, I don't think that gives them out. Oh, they live, okay. Okay, but we're fine. Yeah, this is fine. Because now Trick Room's not up. We can just go for Sacred Sword and Gleam. And then Gleam again and win. That should be guaranteed. Yeah. Well, Stellarization going to come in clutch here because obviously we get stronger Sacred Sword, right? I could have taken, like, I could have gone for a harder read for sure on the previous turns, but I just think, like, going for the play rough on the Miraidon and keeping the slot honest is, like, our best option there. Because if we don't keep it honest, they just attack us, we would just lose on the spot. Okay. Let's see. Okay, well, Gleam should pick up unless they're AV. Nice. Okay. That was a pretty clean for the most part. We definitely had to ramp up the aggression because of the Lando. Like, I was very afraid of Lando getting in a position where it could do too much damage. So I really wanted to prioritize getting rid of it fast enough. So that was like a really big deal for sure. Making sure that we could not let that happen. Or not let it get too out of hand. Okay. I'll be update later. Okay. So, realistically, against this team, right, Encore COD is really good. We just need to keep it in the back so we can Encore it later. I think you don't want to lead with the Zacian outright, because if you lead with the Zacian outright, you're putting yourself in a position where you can get, like... Yeah, you can get put in a weird spot. They lead Valiant and Rex, and I lead Chiyu in this. It could get really awkward, because they're probably booster. And what if I lead this? It kind of covers everything. They don't really have Trick Room. And then the back I take Zacian and Mariah. I kind of like this just because I can immediately go for Taunt if I need to. And I can also go for Surging if I need to. And also, having Protect available on both is like a big deal. Because even if they lock into like the status move, I can like Encore Taunt Pagos, right? And it's kind of useless. So... Okay. I think it's just protect, turn 1. We could also hard switch to Zacian here and make a call out on Kot that they're not going to click a setup move here, which I don't hate that much. Because for them to click a setup move here would be pretty insane. Kind of want to go for it, to be honest with you. I could also, another neutral play I can make, which I actually also think would be really good, is switch this. You can also just play really aggressive and just Tailwind Surging. Tailwind Surging, what does that end up doing for me? I don't know if that ends up doing what I want it to. I'm going to Protect because I feel like U-Turn's going to be thrown into the COD, if anything. Because they're going to assume it has Covert Cloak. And then this sets us up to get a free Draco on the Rillaboom. Especially if we think they're not going to lock into Calm Mind. Because, like, what's the odds that they predict we have this? I guess they could always U-turn into something else, but that's fine, too. I'm very okay with that turn. Okay, Terrasaur Storm. So they're going to do some shit. Like, Miraidon's taking damage, for sure. I think without the crit, we might have been out of range of another one. Now it's a little weird. Will Moonblast knock out Valiant? Valiant's pretty frail, actually, so I feel kind of confident to just go for this Draco Moonblast. Like, if it's Calyrex that comes in, it dies. If Valiant comes in, it gets Moon Blasted and it dies. If Instinct comes in, it dies. If Rilla stays in, it dies, right? Well, most likely it dies, I should say. Like, I want to prioritize getting rid of this Rillaboom or, like, getting rid of a slot, because the more Mons go away, the easier it is for, like, one of my guys to switch. Okay, perfect. This sets up our Zacian for a really good late game. So I'm very okay with this. Okay, perfect. That's perfectly fine. That's a really good turn, I think, for us. Because now Zacian gets in pretty uncontested. But that's going to go down. Yeah, I really hate the crit from earlier, but at the very least it lets us get Zacian in for free, so I don't like... It's okay. We'll survive. Because they're gonna bring in Rillaboom here, because they've only seen Ursh and they don't know if we're gonna bring in... They could bring in Calyrex if they hard call us to bring in Zacian. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. I just think it's less likely, but it's possible. Okay, it is Cali. So they did bring it in. Okay. I think what we do here is we Tailwind here. We go for a Protect. We could also play really aggressive here in Behemoth. I'm actually very tempted to just double attack. I'm gonna double attack. It's definitely aggressive. This can definitely punish us. Yep, double into it. Mm-hmm. Okay, they Terra Starstorm. Okay, so now it's a weird position. Because they kind of want to Terra their Terapagos, but they don't at the same time. We can Protect here to scout for Terra. What I think I want to do is... Do I Sacred or do I Behemoth? Okay, well, regardless, I Detect. I Detect and Protect. Detect, Protect. Yeah, Detect, Protect. And then this next turn, let me think about what the mind game is. Is there a mind game? I guess they don't know that we don't have a fighting move, right? So they might be incentivized to Terra next turn. I think it's Sacred Sword Pagos to cover for Terra and Terra Stellar or Terra Water Surging Strikes to Pagos, to be honest. And if they protect Woodhammer, we still have a chance to win because then they have to Stellar Terra, take away their own terrain to live. Or to try and live, even. I'm gonna do that. Surging, Sacred into you. Yeah, it's our best play for sure. Breaking the shell is like way too important. It's a 50-50 if you really think about it, because I could, if I double Rilla on the Protect, I win, and if I double Pagos on the Protect, I also win. Or on the no Protect, I win. And I always feel better targeting the Pagos here. Like, I'd rather leave it in my opponent's hands to overthink it. Because our Ursh could really be anything, right? And if we get it wrong, we get it wrong. They didn't Terra, unless they're slower than us, which we'll find out. Mm-hmm. Okay. So this is going to be weaker than if we had used Behemoth Blade. Oh, it's going to be close. I don't think we get it. Oh, wait. We might get it. We might get it. We might get it. Oh, it's so close. The margins are really close. Oh, nice. We picked it up. Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, now that's just game. If we had Behemoth on the Terra Shell, Behemoth that would have done more. The reason why I Sacred Sworded is because I was thinking they could Stellar there, but in hindsight, maybe with the Terra Shell, they're always incentivized to do that, so Behemoth could have been a little bit wiser, but luckily we just picked up anyways, so that's chill. You always double attack here. You never give him a chance to like make a read or something. I think I Sacred? No, I Behemoth force it. Oh, no, hold on. I Aqua Jet and I Behemoth because if they Terra Fire, then they get directly punished for it, I'm pretty sure. We could also just double protect here. And just scout the Terra. I also kind of just think double protecting scouting Terra is fine. Yeah. Because now there's no mind games, right? Yeah. You just Aqua Jet here. Okay. Hammer. And that's going into Zacian because they want Zacian down. It makes sense, right? Okay. Aqua Jet here. Sacred Sword here. Get a bunch of damage for free. Well, not for free. I guess Urshifu's losing its life. But this is our best play. I think this double up probably kills anyways, because Mystic Water. Yeah, that does so much. Yeah, goodbye, Urshifu. Thank you for your service. Okay, Sacred knocks out. Nice. Yeah, Zacian in the back was really nice there, right? By prioritizing pressuring the Rillaboom with a Miraidon. Even though we lost our Miraidon early, getting rid of that instant was huge, right? It let Zacian actually put on pressure in the back. The only scary part, obviously, is that Rillaboom is alive, right? So you have to be really careful about managing it versus your Urshifu, especially since we're mono water coverage. But it's kind of hard for the opponent to know that, right? Obviously, they can just assume we have it. We never revealed Taunt, so they wouldn't know for sure. But yeah. Okay, Smeargle. This is a little awkward, actually. I don't know why I had my screen. I didn't mean to do that. I'm in the habit from stream. I think you lead this and this because if they lead Smeargle, you force them to immediately react and fake out, which means you either get a Surging or a Behemoth, and then you can Jet to get the kill. In the back, I want to take Miraidon for sure. And I think I mean, you either go Fur Draft or you go the other slot. Because they don't have Tailwind, I'm fine taking Fur Draft to cover for their Trick Room mode. If they go for the Trick Room, right, then we have something that can reverse, right? Maybe play in Trick Room. And then if not, then we have, you know, ways to play around that too. I don't hate this. It's pretty okay. Okay, so the only Terra that directly counters what our lead is going for is... Yeah, I guess the direct counter would be Water. Do we think they're Terra Water, or do we just... I think, honestly, we just send it, because the only way we lose this turn is if they're Terra Water. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go for it, to be honest. It's like too much value you would gain on turn 1 if they're Terrifier to like not take. Like if they switch in Miraidon here, we just get a free Terra Water Surging Behemoth. They might also even be scared of Scarf Shifu with Surging going into Valiant. So let's see what's coming in. Hands. I'm very okay with getting that chip on Hands. Hands is like a really bulky, annoying Pokemon to remove. Okay. That actually is a lot of damage. I think we just protect, to be honest. Well, actually, we're giving the Miraidon a free turn to switch in. Oh, never mind. We just knocked out hands. Okay, let's think. So Miraidon comes in. The only way they can outspeed us is if they're Scarf, Terra, Electric, or they go for Icy Wind and Drift. And what covers for both of those would be going for Aqua Jet with our Shifu, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So we go for Aqua Jet with Shifu to cover for this. Into Valiant, and we protect. That literally covers for every single scenario. The only thing it doesn't cover for is Moonblast plus Drift and then into Icy Wind. But at that point, I think we would just have to play around it. Aqua Jet. Protect. If we were like extra ballers, we could go for like something crazier, but I just think this is safer. What is this, Terra Electric? It is Terra Electric, okay. So kind of what we assumed. Did they double Zacian? They double Zacian, okay. They could still be Scarf, but this is actually okay now, because we get a Jet again that's going to pressure the Valiant KO. And then we can just go for a Play Rough to get damage. This only doesn't cover if they're Scarf. Okay, that goes down. Perfect. Play Rough? Do you go first? Okay, Play Rough does go first. That's a lot of damage. Electro Drift, that's going to go into Zacian. Yep. But now the concern is their Assault Vest. So if we're not fast... Oh, but that's fine, because we bring in Furdrath, and we Helping Hand Aqua Jet knock out the Miraidon. I think that just wins this game on the spot. Because then we don't have to risk any speed test. Yep. Aqua Jet, Helping Hand, make sure it goes down, no need to risk. I felt like that game was actually pretty cleanly played by us. We put ourselves in a pretty decent position with the pressure outputting offensively. And that Aqua Jet Protect play was like really good for swinging the momentum back in our favor. And it allowed us to scout what they had as well. They went for Shadow Ball too, which kind of implies they might not have had Icy Wind. Seed Bomb, okay, that's fine. Because now you just drift foul play, right? So. I mean, there's still a way to lose, but. I'm not going to risk Helping Hand Drift, because if it's AV and then we let it lance us, and then lance us again because it's fast, we would lose, so it's just better to always click Electro Drift and, Electro Drift and foul play. Never ever risk that. That's AV for sure. Okay, well we went first anyways. Nice. Clean game. That was pretty solid. We definitely had to be really careful about managing the Urshifu, right? The Urshifu was definitely the linchpin there, because being able to get the Jet into the Miraidon was a huge deal for sure. I think it definitely could have put us in a bad spot if we weren't able to use it to pick up the Miraidon late game, because it could have gotten really awkward, like whose Miraidon's faster, right? Especially with that AV Rex in the back, right? So that's good at least. Okay. Oh my god, it's a Protect the President team. I definitely just want to lead this, because you get Snarl Pressure immediately. I would even consider, honestly, like, okay, so let's think about this, right? If they lead Zama, I think it's Mirai and Chiyu, because you can immediately pressure Snarl. If they lead Tailwind plus Kalias, we can then switch into Furdraff and then Trick Room. And then Zacian is just good there, yeah. Like, we could match Tailwind as well, but I think blocking priority is really nice here. I'd probably prefer blocking priority over anything else. What will they do? Also, if they lead Grim Ensign, Mirai and Chiyu is really good for punishing that, because you're just able to get consistent damage and they have to respond to it, right? The only way it would be bad is if they had something weird like Scary Face. Or Trick. Okay, it is Grim Ensign lead. I want to Volt immediately and get my Miraidon out of there. But it has to be into the Incineroar. I could also switch to Furdraff and Drift. I actually don't hate that play at all. Getting the immediate damage would actually be very valuable here. And it preserves our Chiyu against any potential cheese, like Fake Out Spirit Break, right? I actually like that a lot. Yeah, this lets us get a bunch of damage, blocks priority from Grim, so there's no shenanigans. It starts putting us in control of the pace of the game, and I think that's what's important. Oh my god, imagine if we had double attack there. Oh my god, a double attack would have been so good. Okay, that's fine. Question is, what do you do this next turn? Kali's gonna come in. Okay, we did block it. For what it's worth, we blocked it. It went into draft. That's like preferred. I can Helping Hand drift into Rex. I can Helping Hand drift into Grim and make a hard read. It's very obvious for Rex to protect here, so I kind of want to go for drift into that. So we'd still be in the game anyways because we have Chiyu, so I'm going to Helping Hand drift that. Fair Fairy, okay. Did he go for Draining Kiss? All Mine? Okay. I mean, it makes sense, I guess. Still a lot of damage. Don't mind. Okay, so they're like a bulky Kalias. Now the question is, do we Trick Room? Do we Drift? I feel like they're just going to be that set on Clef that like lets it live everything anyways. I kind of want to just go for a Psychic Noise so they can't Draining Kiss anymore and switch in Chiyu, because then it forces them into a move where they can't recover and it lets us get like Heat Waves down. I think that's pretty valuable here. Okay. Calm Mind again, okay. Well, now they can't Draining Kiss. They're forced into going for something else. Which means we're free to start spamming Helping Hand Heat Wave if we want. Technically, we should really probably go for Trick Room. Oh, they're Cover Cloak. Wait, we can't do that. Do we Trick Room Heat Wave? Or do we switch in Trick Room so we don't die to Draining Kiss? Because I don't think Draining Kiss is going to kill us. But also, because of how fat the Kali is, I feel like our Zacian is just going to go first. Like, I have a sinking feeling that, like, it's just correct to start spamming Heat Waves. I'm going to do that, actually. I think our Zacian is faster. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be the key turn. What they're going to want to do, right, is they're going to protect the Clef here. Because they don't want the... Oh, yeah, I mean, how do we get around this, though? If we Helping Hand and that, it doesn't matter. If we give them a free KO, that's also bad. They can Astral here to cover for everything. It's very reasonable for them to do that. Helping Hand Heat Wave, go for crit. Yeah. Wait, hold on. They got a little greedy here. Okay, the instant's gonna take a chunk. It's gonna go into Giraffe because I want the healing back. Oh no, it's gonna go into Chiyu again. Okay, hold on. They got super greedy here. But what's our only way to win now? Because the problem is the Kali's out of control. Like, unfortunately, we put ourselves in a position where the Kali got a little out of control. I know what it is. I know what it is, actually. I found the play. Because Behemoth Blade pressures the Calyrex with the kill, and we know that they're probably slowing the Calyrex because of how bulky they are. So what we do this turn is we Behemoth Blade into the instant, calling the Clef to come in. Are we Helping Hand Behemoth Blade? And ignore... We have to ignore the Kali this turn. Yep. Okay. We knock that out. And then we Helping Hand Behemoth Blade the Kali, or we just regular Behemoth? I think we regular Behemoth. We regular Behemoth, so we kill Clef, set Trick Room, and then we need the Helping Hand Drift and kill that Kali. That's the only way to win the game. Or, is there an alternative here? Not really. Trick Room doesn't work here. We could play to live. I don't think that's reliable, though. The problem is, Grim is always going to get in a position to click something annoying. Yep. Okay, we'll see. I think we'll go down anyway, so I think Trick Room's always correct. What, like, did I have a better play there? Like, what, Protect Psychic Noise, go for crit, switch Psychic Noise again, and then... Oh, maybe that was the play. Go for a crit on Psychic Noise on Clef. Well, I mean, technically, if we're going for a crit either way, then this is no different. It's literally the same exact situation, then. And that's what we're doing here. So it doesn't change much at all. Okay, well, let's do it then. Might as well, right? Alright. What? If we were Terra Electric with Helping Hand, I think we definitely would have had... Actually, I don't think it would have killed. These Callies are too bulky. Baton, Light Screen, Calm Mind, but who disconnected? Was it them or us? Okay, well, I'll take it. I don't think we were winning that, but I'll take it. Fair enough, right? Like, the team brings good luck, I guess. Okay. Huh. Blaziken, huh? I feel like here... This is a really awkward matchup, actually. They don't have Trick Room, though, unless they have Trick Room on Flutter. So it lets me play a bit more aggressive here. I think I just do this, yeah. I think I just go Tailwind route. If they lead Flutter Groudon, I'm going to assume turn 1 they're going to click Trick Room and Protect. Okay, he'll have Blaziken, actually. Tailwind, Heat Wave. Tailwind, Heat Wave, it doesn't seem that bad. We could also Heat Wave and Moonblast the Blaziken. I actually kind of want to Heat Wave Moonblast the Blaziken, I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god, we might have gotten them here. Okay. No, Chiyu, why? Oh, that would have been such a baller turn 1. It's okay. Okay, they miss. Okay, honestly, that's like, that the super balances out. I'm no longer upset. Now, the question is, do we think, how fast is Blaziken? Is this thing even, like, fast? Blaziken. Let's say it's max speed. Oh, this thing's slow as hell. Oh, I'm definitely gonna outspeed it again. Heat Wave and Encore. Imagine it was what's it called? Terra Dark. Well, actually, it wouldn't even matter because then they would just get obliterated by Heat Wave. Mental Herd. Okay, Heat Wave comes out perfect. Now you knock out Blaziken, you get a bunch of chip on the Groudon. They're locked into Protect. Now we just get a free Tailwind. We could even... Honestly, our Whimsicott does not have to Tailwind until they bring in something that can, like, knock us out. Like, if we're able to just keep spamming Moonblast here, we're more than happy to stagger our turns of Tailwind. Like, yeah, I actually want to just Heat Wave Moonblast them right on here. Let me double check the back just in case. Yeah, this should be perfectly fine. Okay, it might be Walking Wake in the back. Oh, it's Volcarona, okay. The question is are they Scarf Miraidon? If they're Scarf Miraidon, they're going to move first. They are not. We'll miss. Oh, we hit Volk, okay. That's all I care about. They Calm Minded, okay. I genuinely think that loses them the game. Yep. Like, I can just Heat Wave here and Encore. Doesn't matter, we're Grass type. Yeah, our Whimsicott hasn't had the Tailwind, which is really nice. That's so much damage. Very content with that. Now we just Heat Wave Moonblast and it should be game. Yeah, that was just a rough game for them, honestly. Like, they just didn't really get anything going. It seems like their team's pretty reliant on setup. And Chi-Yu just being able to tear through them early. I mean, they should have protected turn 1, I think, was a big thing. That was, like, the big difference maker, I think. Oh my god, Heat Wave's missing like crazy, too. That's fine. Now I could just bring in my Miraidon and just drift instead of having to worry about a Groudon being a ground. I think I actually guarantee the game by just clicking Encore and Encoring them in the Heat Crash instead of going for a Tailwind. So I don't let them go for a Blades. Yeah, GG's. Yeah, Blaziken only hits 145 speed, so I'm very curious what this thing is supposed to do. I know it has coaching probably for the Groudon, but even then it's like, are we really doing anything here? I think they also assumed we were Cobra Cloak and just going to go down to Heat Wave, honestly. I think is what they were going for. Okay. And Swan. Okay, so it's Koraidon stuff. To be honest, again, this is a matchup for sure where you can leverage these two. You have to be a little bit careful because of the Lunala and DD pressure. I think in the back, we'll definitely need to take this. I'm even wondering if it's worth taking Giraffe, honestly. The only problem is when they lead Booster Flutter, if you don't have Tailwind to match up is weird. I think taking Giraffe in the back actually is pretty reasonable here. Giraffe Zacian. I just feel like not having Chi-Yu for Snarl against this is so annoying. So I feel like I will actually lead Chi-Yu. Can we beat this without Zacian? Probably not, because it's Raging Bolt. I think we need to commit to an approach and just like hard call out what they're gonna lead. I think probably it's Whimsicott and Chi-Yu because you get Snarl and Moonblast immediately. And then you could do the sneaky switch and Miraidon Encore play. That's probably the direction I want to go with this. Also because we're Sash, so Whimsicott can still stall between Protect and Sash for a couple turns in Trick Room. Now the question is do we switch to Miraidon or do we just let Chi-Yu, like, I mean, yeah, just die, basically. I know they're not going to target into Cot here because they'd be worried about Covert Cloak. So I'm just going to Heat Wave here and just go for Tailwind. I could also see them Flame Charging here, to be honest. Okay. Imagine we Moonblasted Koraidon on the spot. Oh my god, that's so much damage. They did Flame Charge. I think they might have knocked off. Yep. They just hard called out Terraghost. I kind of want to make a big call out here and just double this. If we Heat Wave here, we guarantee put the Koraidon in range, and it doesn't really... Actually, honestly, that has no drawback. We're going to Heat Wave and Moonblast here, just because regardless of what they do, we'll be faster than Koraidon, right? Actually, maybe we won't be faster than Koraidon. It kind of depends. Oh, whatever. It's fine. Because they can't Flame Charge or Chi-Yu to kill it. They have to do something else. They actually could outspeed our Chi-Yu now, because we're knocked off. Yeah, that's what I figured. I thought that was a more probable outcome. That's like, honestly, we're racking up a lot of good damage with this lead, so it's like very okay. It's pretty preferred for our situation. U-turn, yep, your AV, makes sense. Now what do you do here? Lunala? Yeah. Makes sense. I think here we bring in this. We just need to get damage. Dark Pulse can have a chance to flinch. Oh, we have Snarl, actually. I like Snarl better, even. That's perfectly fine. Full switch Snarl. Because if they switch in DD for Koraidon and they get Snarled, it's like still really bad for them. Like, it's not a good position either way. And if they bring in Instant and Trick Room, they also get Snarled. So it's kind of bad either way for them. Really. Yeah. Okay. Do they Terra? They should. Well, maybe they're worried that we're going to double it. Okay, they Protect. Okay, so they have Protect. But that's actually better for us, because now we get in Zacian for free. We have Snarl Pressure. Because they protected, it means that for them to... So, if they have Trick Room... So, do they have Wide Guard, Moongeist, and Meteor Beam, or do they have Trick Room? That's the question. But this outspeeds Koraidon now, for sure. So, yeah, it's like fine. We're very okay with this. Koraidon, okay. Snarl here. I really want to just rip Terrastellar Sacred. Is there any drawback to that? I don't think so. I'm gonna do that. It guarantees we kill Koraidon, and that's like very important. Terra Fire on the Koraidon? Or Terra the Lunala? Nope, Terra Fire. Okay, so we Sacred Sorbid. So that's fine. This should be really good for us. Yes, okay, nice. And they left themselves exposed. Okay, gone. Oh my god, that's so good for us. Because now they're just reduced on damage like crazy. Moongeist, okay. What's your back? If it's Flutter, it's not over. Oh, actually, that took it that pretty well, actually. It's leftovers. Okay, so it does have Meteor Beam. I think it's Trick Room. It's indeed, okay. We just Behemoth Blade now. Behemoth Blade, Flamethrower, and DD is like locking the game for sure. You don't need to risk them wide guarding you, and if they follow me, then just doubles up. Yeah, or protect, right? Just guarantees that you win the game. Oh, nice. That just knocks out. I mean, we had Flamethrower follow up anyways, right? So. That was a very clean game. This team has felt very smooth. I mean, you have to make aggressive calls, right? Like obviously in this game, in these games, like I've had to make some pretty aggressive reads. But like it has a Chiyu, Miraidon, and Zacian, so kind of has to be aggressive, right? Like you have to play pretty aggressively with these guys. So it makes a lot of sense. GG's. Yeah, wow. That was a really cool featured team. This is probably one of my most like enjoyed rentals we featured in. Like, I mean, I like the other ones too, but I think this is the one where I've like been like, oh yeah, this team is like sick, you know. So thank you, Amelia. This is a great team, man. This is really, really cool. All right, let's see where we ended up. Dang, top 30? Pretty fun team. But yeah, no, that was great. Honestly, like that was a really, really fun team. Obviously now we're pretty high up on ladder, so you know, whatever we'll be featuring pretty high up here. So yeah, I mean, thank you to Emilio, obviously, for making the team. Super, super fun to play. Guys, thank you for tuning into the video, of course. If you guys have any rental suggestions down below, please feel free to let me know. But yeah, no, this was a super cool team. Definitely check this out. Really, really cool team. So thank you again, Emilio. It'll be linked in the description to the original post or whatever with everything in it. And you saw the rental in the beginning. All right, guys, catch you later. Peace.